Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. How's the car running tonight? Thanks to the Tesla Plaid channel. I've been sick the last couple of weeks, actually caused me to lose 10 pounds, and feeling better now. The Plaid lost even more than that, probably about 150 here. That back seat was surprisingly heavy. In the front there's a fair amount of stuff around the front that can be removed as well, and all of that is out of here. So anything that was bolted down and cosmetic or optional is now out of the car, with the exception of the front seats and the door panels. I'm holding off on doing those. All the way back. Now, full disclosure, we're getting some warnings related to the back seat safety equipment, seat belts, all that stuff. The car knows they're not here because they're not plugged into the harness, and the car doesn't seem to like that. But it doesn't seem to be affecting anything, other than that the alert is right where the launch control message would normally be, so we can't see the launch control messages. But otherwise, it's a whole lot lighter. Bradenton Motorsports Park, May 12th, 2022. Tonight we're running the Plaid on the stock Pirellis. We don't have everything out of here yet. This did take a couple hours. Now we got warning messages about the lack of the rear seat and the seat belt. It says it's got a rear seat safety issue. Yeah, I would say so. We're gonna go down next to this GTA Trans Am. This is our first pass since we put the car on a diet. We're at 93% battery state of charge, peak performance ready, and we're gonna try to get as deep as we can into launch control here. All right. Preparing for launch. We should be able to get all the way into launch control. Yep, we're good. Here we go. Weight should make it a little easier on the brakes, right? Hey there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, that's the fastest pass we've ever made in the Plaid. 920 at 151.65 miles an hour, a 147.60 foot, 394 to the 330, but the number I was really interested in was the 8th mile. That was a 597. Our previous fastest 8th mile was a 599. Now we're at 597, and that was on the first pass without any kind of heat soak. I'm thinking we can do faster on our next pass. Let's go back to back. All right, we're gonna go down next to the Orange Crush. This is my buddy Big Al in the Orange Crush. This thing really flies, but he's an 8th mile racer, just geared for the 8th, not the whole quarter. I don't want to double bull Big Al. Ah, shoot, it's not letting me do launch control. Now it is. I'm gonna let him go. Red light anyway. really hear everything in the car. The car is a lot noisier with all the sound deadening material taken out of it. Hey there, thank you. On that pass we ran a 923 at 151.37 with a 148 60 foot, a 599 eighth mile at 119.0 at the eighth. I think we'll do one more hot pass. We're at 87% battery charge now. All right, we were having some trouble with our outside GoPros, so we just pulled them off. They're probably only slowing us down anyway with wind resistance. We're lining up with this El Camino. We came over to the Pro Tree lanes, try to get a more interesting lineup. It's all 11, 12-second street cars on the other side. This El Camino at least looks and sounds the part. He's on full slicks. Just a single racing seat in there I can see. All right, we might not be able to get all the way into launch control. Just by feel, that felt like the fastest pass we've ever made. Faster than the 920. About to find out. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Looks like the car just doesn't want to give us anything in the 910s tonight. Got another 920 at 150.03 miles an hour. Eighth mile was 596. That might be our new personal best. A 147 60 foot. We're at 84% battery charge. That was just our third pass. I think I'll make a fourth one while the lines are short. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
What's up?
Good, how's the car running? Or are you just running the truck tonight?
Just the truck.
Yeah? Get sub 10 yet?
10-1.
10-1 right there.
Yeah, so.
My car's running a little faster.
What'd you do to it? Update? What's that? Oh, I see. Nice. How was that to take apart?
That took hours. It was a lot of work.
How much weight do you think it was?
I haven't weighed it, but I'd say probably 140 to 160 pounds. Wow. And I still have this seat to take out. I ran out of time today. I was doing it right before I came down.
Does it set off sensors or anything?
Yeah, I've got a rear safety restraint fault. Because it doesn't have the seat belts, but it's not affecting anything yet.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, obviously it's not affecting it.
Yeah, unfortunately it's right in the spot where it tells you the whole launch control thing and ready to launch and all that, so okay. It covers up that message, but I think it'll be good for a 918, 919 if I get the right pass at the right time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so
that'd be cool.
Just that little extra. Especially once I take that seat out. Once that seat's out, because I've got two 920s in a row, and every eighth mile has been in the fives tonight. Okay. 596, 597. So, yeah, with that seat out, it should be a 590.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot taken out.
I was surprised how much that back seat weighed, especially the uprights. They were just like bags of cement. They were heavy, heavy. So,
that's cool.
A lot of work, but I only drive to the racetrack, and I couldn't come up with enough reasons why not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least this way, if I race against another Plaid, I know I've got that little extra.
Now you just can. Hopefully the front seat's easy to put in and out.
Yeah.
So
it'd just be
because like in the Red Eye, the Challenger is only 4 bolts.
Yeah.
And it's not hard. So.
I know I'm going to set off similar safety messages because of the airbags that are in the seat.
Yeah.
But I'm like you, I'm hoping it's 4 bolts and a harness.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Do you have a harness on yours probably as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because mine has like the AC hooked up to it. Mm. I mean, my seat weighs 78 pounds.
Ah, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's heavy.
There was one out here last week, a guy that climbs like Pikes Peak and stuff in his Plaid, and he was completely gutted with just a racing seat in this seat.
Wow.
And he had slicks on all 4 corners, but he also had a cage because he's climbing these hills with no guardrails. I mean, it looks like suicide. But anyway, he ran a 916 out here, and I thought, yeah, that's legit. Yeah, and he has on steel wheels and, like I say, slicks on all 4 corners.
Wow.
So, you know, that's high rolling resistance. So, you know, I don't want to take this seat out. I still want this area to be, you know, comfortable. But I think, you know, mid 910s with that seat out and swap it in and out as I need to, you know, take it out on showtime nights and here. Okay. And well, I'm going to make one more pass on this charge and see if I can get that elusive 19. All right, we're going to make a 4th pass on this charge. I think we'll go charge up a bit more, come back. It's all you can eat right now out here. There's only a dozen cars. All right, we got a Z06 next to us. A guy I've raced in years past. His name is Joe. I raced him in our 2019 Tesla Model S Raven. We just kind of got lined up based on where we were in the line. We're going to want to get deep again into launch control, so I'm going to just come all the way up. Way up. He double bolt me anyway. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I'm going to let him go. Get a good launch there. Passes just feel faster now, partly because they are a 1/10 of a second faster, but also because I'm hearing everything here in the cabin. 150 miles an hour sounds like 170 miles an hour. Thank you. On that 4th pass, we ran a 926 at 150.9 miles an hour. Now, 926 is the previous personal best I've done in this car, full weight. We're down at 81% battery state of charge. We did a 602 to the 8th mile at 118.9. So we're still in the 920s, which is good, but I was really hoping we'd crack a 919 tonight. We're gonna go out and charge and come back. All right, just like that, we're back at Bradenton Motorsports. It was less than an hour round trip. We're at 93% battery charge now. Take some power to get there and back. So, not even 8 o'clock yet, and we've already had our 4 earlier passes. We'll get another 2 or 3 more. How's the car running tonight?
Well, first pass is better than last week's first pass. So it's a 9.5 at 148. Last time it was...
Was that dragster mode?
It was. What's interesting is that the preconditioning time was only 5 minutes.
It still said 5 minutes?
No, it was ready.
Yeah.
It didn't get to like full cheetah stance, and I have absolutely no idea what the tire pressures are at.
Yeah.
The tires we have on here have thousands of miles on them.
Are these proxy RRs still?
No, these are the Yokohamas.
Yokohamas.
So we have the AO52s on there, and they have a lot of drifting abuse on them. So the other ones were pretty almost like sticker tires. And we have, this is a square setup.
Okay.
So we'll see.
My car is going to be ready to make a pass here any moment.
Can we run together, or?
I'd love to make a pass with you. They should let you make another back-to-back pass in one of these lanes.
Okay.
Let me talk to the guy who's running the lane there.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Just pulled in and we got lined up with the Hillclimb Plaid that's also gutted. He's a lot more gutted than we are. I saw him run a 916 last week. And I probably should have started the warm up a little sooner because it still says 2 minutes to peak performance ready. But they waved us through. We can't stall them any longer. But what we can do is try to get up to the light and get fully staged into launch control. So I'm a little far forward, a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, we got him. He won't catch us. There we go. Peak performance came up there. I wasn't watching it. I had my hands a little full with a number of other things, but not sure if it went to peak performance ready before or after our launch. I'll watch it on the video later. I saw on the board our 60 foot was only a 149, so that's not going to be enough to set a personal best. Thank you. So we ran a 922 at 151.5. The 149 60 foot, 599 to the 8th mile. So we're pretty consistently hitting that high 5. He obviously didn't have our reaction time. Ours wasn't spectacular, 0.132, but enough to get the job done. Fun run. See if we can do another one. Give him a rematch.
Observer in life.
Say again?
That was like being an observer in life.
Yeah.
It did the same thing as it did to me in drag mode the other time, where I had it and it appeared like it was doing launch mode, but, and this is weird, I have to watch tape because I don't know if I recall it even doing like the whole Plaid effect.
Okay.
Because when I released basically as I would to get something like a 0.1 or under reaction time, I hear beep 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 beep, and then it goes
beep, beep.
whoop.
Yeah. And did it give you the message both pedals depressed or something like that?
I think so, yeah. But keep in mind, now that we have stuff out, there's so many messages. It's like it's literally like somebody chattering in your ear trying to figure out like which is the right message I want to hear.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So that you probably yours was probably that was probably a 925 for you, but
922.
Yeah, 994.
151.5. You're at 89%. So I'm only at 90% now. So our charge is within 1% of each other.
I need to check my tire pressures. I think they're at 30.
Yeah,
that makes a huge difference.
I'm at 39, but I got Pirellis on, so you know I can't take them all that low.
No, actually, I would prefer these to be higher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Especially in the front.
Where do you like to be on these?
I would say, I bet you in the front, I'd probably keep them at like 45.
Yeah.
Just for rolling resistance. I mean, because you're launching so much in the back. By the time that settles, it's better to have almost bicycle tires
on a well-prepped track like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's
I was at.
I'm gonna go with that last one was just beginner's luck last year or last week. But hey.
Yeah,
no,
I was actually like 42 pounds last night at showtime, and I was spinning all over the place. But
what's
the prep
interesting
wasn't as good as it was here.
So like my max discharge power, according to BMS, is 780.
Okay.
And I've seen as high as 830 on my car.
Okay. So you've got
quite a bit down. When I actually did
and you were fully in drag strip mode though on that pass, right?
It is drag strip performance ready
on that pass that we just did. Okay.
But so scientifically, what's changed? We are slightly different diameter tires, widths, compounds.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Last time I had track mode, the first run we did.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that.
Which actually, if I were to do track mode right now, my preconditioning time goes to. Now it says performance ready. It before was 28 minutes.
Wow.
So what I'm still trying to reverse engineer is which are the components that get cooled down with track mode or heated up for optimal.
Yeah.
And what's the drag strip one? But that definitely didn't do a cheetah stance or anything.
Yeah.
Did you put no time on your car?
No.
Why was it that my tree dropped first?
Why was
I never saw your lights on your tree.
you couldn't see my tree come down? You mean?
No.
Well,
Am I insane or?
it's somewhat separated here. So
I normally can see them.
Yeah. I never watched the other guy's tree, but
Yeah.
we left. You left a little behind me. What was your reaction on that one?
Oh, it was slow. It was like 0.4.
Like 0.3?
0.378.
Yeah, 0.3.
Yeah, it was. You know what's interesting is anytime it's a beep beep beep, it's seeming like it's that. What's interesting though is my mile an hour on the 8th was about the quickest it's been, 120.
That actually is a little higher than mine, even on that pass. Mine was 118.8.
What you know what it is? I really do feel like with the different cars, depending on how quickly it ramps and then the voltage drops as to what it will allow for current, there's these little ebbs and flows. Because when we would do a lot of like road course stuff between myself and somebody else with the Model 3, it would be almost like, oh, I'm catching them, and then suddenly, oh wait, no, it was almost like it was balancing. So, so are they going to let us keep circling, or are we? I asked because I want to check tire pressure and see where we're at and just adjust it a little bit.
Yeah. I just remembered that Nova up there that was at the front of the line in lane 6 wants to grudge me. They've been actually hassling me all night. So I'm going to go up there and catch up with him.
Go get it, and then should I jump over to the left and go with those guys?
They might let you through on one more pass if you want to try to do it back to back.
Yes,
then we'll be even up on charge.
On them. Yeah, half pass. I think if they would have sprayed a little bit, I would have hooked.
Yeah. So tell me about your build here.
It's a pump gas 350.
Yeah.
35 over, so it's like 356, but it's still a pretty deep block, pretty deep crank.
Yeah.
All my posts, everybody knows I always do just a 350.
Right.
You know.
And how much are you squeezing it?
That is a 10,000 RPM kit.
Okay.
Never touched.
Okay.
It's an old school kit that didn't have a nozzle, so it's really not adjustable. I mean, you can play with it a little bit on the fuel pressure on that side, but as far as on the nozzle, only there's no, you know, it's just what the spray bars are, whatever they're built at. I haven't got to, it's all stock, so they say like 175. It depends. Okay. Right now I don't have a regulator. I'm starting to put a regulator on it.
Yeah.
And I need to put a regulator. I got one. I just got to put it on and knock it down to 6 psi. The kit calls for 6, and I'm running 7. So I'm fat on the motor, which I was just testing tonight.
Yeah.
I just put an Innovate LC2 in it to see what my air fuel is, and I was 11.5. It's pretty fat. Yeah. On just the motor, and then with the nitrous on, it's probably even fatter.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You running a Glide or
Turbo 400?
400.
Yeah, 12 volt.
And how much gear you have in there?
It's got 373s.
373s. Yeah.
I put them in a while back because I was running out of gear with my 410s, and I had an 8-inch converter, and I changed 2 things. I should have just changed one and sort of checked it out.
Yeah.
And I was running out. I was hitting 133 at 1,000 feet, and I couldn't go any faster. So I changed the converter, and then I changed the gears, and now it's like holding it back.
Gotcha.
It wants to rev. It's got a big duration, solid. It wants to go. It wants to go past 75. You know?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a rubber.
Yeah. So it's do good down low.
Do you get close to red line at the 1320 or?
Not. Well, those tires are actually about 1 inch shorter than the ones I just took off.
Yeah.
And no, not even close anymore.
Okay, cool.
This converter's like probably 5% or less on slickers. The other one was like 13%. That's where I'm losing my RPM.
Gotcha.
I hate it. It's built tight. You really build it so tight.
Yeah. All right, this Nova called us out. I haven't actually seen the Nova make a pass. I can tell you it sounds real good. He tells me it's a low 10-second car, and he asked for 3 car lengths. So I'm gonna let him have the move, and I'm gonna let his back tire get close to the tree before I take off. But I'm as concerned about my best time as anything else here. Hoping to get a 919. Now they have not re-prepped the track, so I gotta find my own stick here. All right, I'm watching him moving. There he goes. Yeah. was a generous move we gave him, but it's tricky business. If you find yourself just watching the other car, it's going to cost you. I think he had 2 car lengths by the time I left, maybe 3. Thank you. So the Nova's running no time. Maybe he'll show us his ticket. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, look at this ticket. Holy crap. 144 60 foot. 390 to the 330. 593 to the 8th mile at only 118.6. 915 at 152.00. Wow. A 915. So that 915 is even faster than Blake's Hillclimb Plaid. His best quarter-mile run is 916 that he ran out here last week on 4 slicks. And we just beat that time by 100th of a second. All right, we're going to see what time Blake runs on his next pass, and then we're going to try to get lined up with him again. What a pass. Because the other car was no time. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were showing my time or not.
And 9-1.
Did you see the pass?
No. I didn't hear anything. You got an electric car. What do you expect? He's got it. See? I think if you do the math...
Dude, you had a 916 last week. I'd have been happy to get a 919.
Yeah, so you are numerically quicker.
100th of a second ahead of you, man.
I know. So I think this time I'm not going to worry about reaction time, and I'm literally just going to...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just go for your best ticket.
Oh, actually, I think that's what you did too, right?
I gave the guy the move, so I was chasing him down, the Nova that I was racing on that pass.
Okay.
But I got pretty deep into launch control.
So yeah, your 8th mile is really strong. It's so interesting. You know, did you shallow stage or deep stage?
I was not quite shallow as much as I wanted to be. A little deeper in, but...
You were right lane though, right?
Yeah.
So last week I ran all right lane. I haven't been in right lane tonight.
Yeah, and you're going right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Cool. But again, you know, the max discharge is still like... Which that's your best ever run though, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Absolutely is.
I love
Personal
that.
best in any car. So yeah, that's the absolute...
That's worth it.
I don't know if it's the fastest mile an hour. I mean, I probably trapped higher on some roll races out here, but that's definitely the best DT.
Yeah,
I mean all the way down the line, 8th mile,
that's
quarter
strong.
mile, and the 60 foot, 1444.
And you know what's fun? It's a stock car that you just decided to not have a 4-seater.
Yeah.
Now you just have a 2-seater, like a bunch of
Corvette
other
or
cars.
anything else. Yeah. Exactly.
But you have a lot more luggage space. You can go camping in the back. You literally need to get an inflatable air mattress for the back, like you're sleeping in it.
My wife and I have.
And be like, dude, I just beat you with an RV.
Hit some state parks. Absolutely. All right, Blake. Have a good pass, man.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All right, let's see if he can beat my 915. All right, we got one more pass tonight. We're going to be running the Hillclimb Gutted Plaid. They just re-prepped the track, so traction should not be an issue. We're trying to hurry up and get to the light so that we can get into launch control. Before those cars are off the track. I let it move, darn it. He's got a better 60 foot 147 to my 150. Get deeper into launch control for a better ET, but you don't do that when you got a fast car next to you. That's all right. I've taken the last 2, so I've still got best 2 out of 3. Yeah, he didn't go right off the light either, and we didn't get as much time to stage launch control as I expected. They triggered the tree pretty quick. But for me, this pass is all about the ET. Thank you. 925 at 150.92 with a 601 eighth mile. So that's one of our few eighth miles tonight that was not in the 590s. We're down to 83% battery state of charge after that pass. It was that second pass here on this third set of charge that really impressed us. That 915. So a whole tenth off. 925. I think because we weren't fully in launch control. Fun run. I gave you the move.
And yeah, either you were
I thought we could
sleeping
get deeper into launch control,
And
when you didn't leave right away, I thought, oh, we'll just go a little deeper. But anyway, what was your ET? It's all about the ETs for me on that pass.
9190.
Oh, nice. 919. I was 925.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's a whole tenth off from the previous one.
And my reaction time was slow.
95. Yeah.
Well, what's interesting though, so the eighth mile though, 595 is probably the quickest I've done.
Yeah. Cool. I tell you that 915 was very satisfying after all the hours I spent taking out all that weight. And I remember growing up, there was a rule of thumb that every 100 pounds would buy you about a tenth of a second. Surprising how accurate that was today. I estimate we took out right around 150 pounds, and we are about a tenth and a half faster than our fastest run last week. We had a 929 and change, and then we ran a 915 tonight. So right around a tenth and a half faster with about 150 pounds of weight taken out. We've still got the front seat to work with. If this front seat's worth another 50, 60 pounds, should get right around to a 910 best case. I'm gonna leave the door panels on, and I'm gonna leave the driver's seat as it is. I'm not gonna replace it with a different seat. Doing so would affect this car's eligibility under the NHRA rules. I can't modify any airbags or any safety equipment, so both of these front seats have airbags in them. Actually, side curtain airbags within the seat themselves. So I don't think removing the passenger seat's going to be a problem with the NHRA rules, but the driver's seat is one I don't want to modify. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Tesla Plaid channel. We're going to make one more run against the Hillclimb Plaid. He's definitely more gutted than we are. He's got all the tricks going. You can see he's got his front taped up for aerodynamics. See all the tape job there. So all things being equal, he should be able to run faster than us, but our 915 is the best of the two cars so far. But last week he was right there with a 916.